Only take notes on what is most relevant to you at this time and in the near future. Have you ever felt like the notes that you've been taking from the books that you've been reading now and in the past, those notes just kind of like disappear, go in one ear and out the other, and you just kind of forget them the next day? Well, I've got a great solution for you. Over the past few years, I've been working on the second brain system, which helps to organize your notes and your projects and anything that you're learning and observing from videos or lectures or meetings or anything where you're basically learning. And one of the key factors in my note-taking process is taking notes that are on very relevant topics to myself. That would be the same for you. If you want to take notes, they should be relevant to what you're working on now or what you think you might be working on in the near future. So that's what this video is basically about, is organizing all the knowledge that you've learned, all the things that you have observed, and basically making it more productive and more organized and easily accessible, frictionless, all in one place where you can access it on your laptop, on your phone, anywhere that you go that you have your device synced up to the cloud. So let's get into the details of this video. That way you can benefit from it and try to apply and adapt this in your life. So welcome to my second brain. This is my app called, not my app, but the app that I use called RemNote. Now, I really love this app. I've been using it for the past year or so. So I'm still building it up quite a bit. But let me just explain like the folders just a little bit. So we've got the ideas folder and goals and to-dos. Those all go in one folder. We've got anything about instructional design goes in another folder. I've got my journal on here. I've got anything to do with writing or the books that I'm reading about writing would go in that folder. We've got anything about learning, books that would go in that folder, and the daily documents. So these are all the folders that I frequently use. I could always add or take away. I could also add an archive for ideas that are not necessarily used anymore. So let's take a quick peek in the ideas and goals folder. Okay, so the key thing about this ideas and goals folder is to make it as relevant as possible. So if you're reading a book and you came up with like a business idea or something like that, or just ideas that you want to experiment, those are the types of things that you would put in this folder. Anything that is relevant right at this moment. Like, for example, I'm filming this video right now. It is the 27th of August, right? I've got the date right there. And so this is something that is extremely relevant at this moment. So I put it into this folder. Once it's done, I can check it off, right? Once it's published, check it off. So anything to do would show up in here right away. That way, if you forget what you need to do for that day, you can check it out on your phone or on your laptop. And it's just a good place to remind yourself. Same with your ideas. If you need to catch something really quickly, if you need to, like you came up with an idea or you were reading a book and you want to jot it down real quickly, or maybe you want to take a picture, you can add a picture to this doc, right? So you add an image and you can paste it or put it from your laptop or your phone right into this document, which is great. So amazing features here. And as I explore them further, I can update some videos in the future for this type of stuff. Let's go on to the books. All right, so here we are back at the folders screen, and we're going to talk about how I take notes with the books. Now, I don't take notes, or I should say, I don't input all of my notes from all of the books that I read. As you can see, I've got a lot of books. I only input into this application the books that I think are the most relevant to me at this time. I don't want to clutter up my notes app with notes that are not going to be relevant to me, even in the near future. If I want to add notes at a later date, I can always pick up the book at a later date and add those notes to the application. So let's take a look at the writing folder, because I feel like this book right here, it's called Write Useful Books. So this book was a very, very useful book for me, and that's why I've got the notes here for it. You also see the art of slow writing and the art and business of online writing. So I'll click directly on this document, and you can see that I've organized all of my notes. I've added on to some of these notes with my own ideas. If it's usually indented a bit further, those are my own thoughts, and the ones up here, the further indented ones, are the quotes from the book. So yeah, I pretty much have every single part of the book in this notes app, like my highlights from the books, any notes that I took from the book, all of it is right here. Of course, I didn't copy every single word. I only copied the parts of the book that were relevant. I mean, the book is like 100 and some odd pages long, and as you can see, the notes themselves is not all that long. So if I want to refresh my memory, if I want to know what the major takeaways were, then all I need to do is come straight back here to these notes, and I can always add on to them at a later date. So I feel like this is extremely valuable. So if we go back to the writing folder, and maybe we go back to the main folders, we can check out anything to do with maybe learning. I'm currently reading Building a Second Brain by Tiago Forte. And this book is also about note taking. Now, I've been taking notes since 2019. At that time, I was taking notes in my notebook, and then around 2020, I transferred my notes to Google Docs, and I felt like, well, that was pretty much almost exactly like writing in a regular document, and it wasn't very efficient. And then since 2021, I transferred my notes to this application, which has been extremely useful because I can bilink. Everything is all in one place. So yeah, very, very efficient way of taking notes for your books and adding on to them. And then, you can always convert these files also to like Word files. So if you're writing a book in here, or if you're doing research in this application, you can easily transfer it over. All right, so I hope that everything in this video has been very valuable for you. This application has so many other features that I didn't even cover half of them in the video. So as I discover more about this application, I will create other videos in the future that may help you to become a better note taker. Some of the key things that we talked about in this video today is make sure that all of the notes that you put in your application are relevant. Make them productive by creating an area of your notes where you're just focusing on projects, things that you need to do. If you need to capture an idea that you saw out in the world, or a picture or something like that, you can put that immediately into your ideas folder. If you thought of something in the middle of the night or right after you get out of the shower and you're like, oh, I got to put this down before I forget it, put it in your ideas folder or your to-dos folder. This will help you to become much more organized. And like I said, the books that you're reading, you're not going to take notes on every single book that you have read. Take notes on the most relevant ones. I use that rule. That way my notes application does not get cluttered. I don't want it to get cluttered, right? Otherwise it will become less useful and have a whole lot more friction, and I'll have to sort through everything. If something becomes irrelevant, I can always put it in an archive folder. It will stay there forever. This is an idea that I got there from building a second brain. So yeah, definitely. I hope that all these takeaways are very useful for you, and you can take these ideas, adapt them to your liking, because I haven't put any, patent on this or anything like that. My ideas are your ideas in this sense, and you can take this, adapt it, use it to your liking, and I really hope that it has helped you out. So make sure you're subscribed to the BookMattic YouTube channel, because I will be producing a whole lot more great content about learning and books. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like these. Also follow my other social media accounts such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for more valuable content. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you guys next time.